think we shouldn't overlook the significance that we are having such an event to talk about combined authorities and a mayor in West Midlands. In a sense, 12 months ago, you probably got long odds on the possibility of the West Midlands having a Metro Mayor. So I think it's a testament to the progress that has been made, not only by the politicians, but actually by stakeholders more generally, about coming together to reflect and respond on what's needed and necessary for their areas. So I think that the fact that we are here is a significant event in its own right.
Our superiority is a self-evident truth which requires no explanation to the rest of the nation. And if you don't know how brilliant we are, then you clearly aren't worthy of knowing how brilliant we are. I mean, this really, when you compare this to Manchester, who kind of, even with the smallest of achievement, will shout it from the rooftops, however overstated it is, I really do think we need to stop being so British about things and be much more certain as to what our achievements are, and then be quite narrow about them. The problem about the West Midlands in terms of its achievements is that in essence we have something of everything. Whether it's ballet, whether it is music, whether it's Burns-Jones, whether it's cars, whether it's research, actually whatever you want, we've got it. But within that multiplicity of achievements, we need to be much clearer in the definition of when people close their eyes and there are three things about the region, that we define what those three things are.
It's imperative the new mayor, he or she gets off to a fast start.
Yep.
In the role. I think that they've got to have a positive and powerful impact in those first sort of 3 months. I think it's a new role. There's a lot of eyes are going to be looking at this position, and I don't think it's one that you can sort of shy away from. And I think that's going to reflect not only on the mayor, but also on the sort of the broader combined authority, because it will be sort of seen as the leader, de facto or real. It will be sort of I think that all eyes will be upon. So it's important that that first 100 days is impactful.
The Mayor's going to face the challenge of speaking with one voice on behalf of a population that's fundamentally doesn't really see itself as part of the same community. You know, the West Midlands stretches all the way from Wolverhampton to Coventry, as we've said. There are people in each of those towns who've never visited the other whatsoever, let alone feel that they belong to part of the same community. So at the very least, the new Mayor has to follow the lead of many of all the local authority leaders who've got the combined authority thus far, and overcome that parochialism that I think is probably more endemic in this region than it might be in any other. I think the whole point in having an identifiable, followable single leader is to give rise to the possibility that a vision can be created that can give meaning to the very idea of the West Midlands, and one that everyone can get behind. And any such vision has to have a tangible, deliverable idea at its core. And I believe for the West Midlands this needs to be a bid for the 2026 Commonwealth Games.
We need to sustain industry in this region and ensure the resilience of the economy. Tackle the productivity problem through investing in innovation, process innovation in particular, not only in product innovation. It's a need to provide jobs for people, and then to ensure that businesses are competitive on the global market. The Mayor needs to ensure that there's scope for people to be provided with the skills that they need to do the jobs that are available and that are going to become available as the economy develops. Mayors elsewhere, and indeed the Mayor of London, can take decisions without reference to the London boroughs. So I suppose one might say actually that in this region they may well be checked too much, and I think that a lot of people really want to see a leader, you know, someone who's got powers to do and take action.
Do people actually know at the moment who does what? Well, if my advice searches are anything to go by, no, they don't. You know, 4/5 of my work is the work of a local councillor. It only came to me on the things which are really the MP, but because you're democratically elected, you've got an advice search and people come in, and of course you do it. So I think that the enormous challenge we've got, that whoever going to come forward has to almost overcome the name Mayor, because there are something bigger than that.
Right.